Hey,
What's up, people?
Danny boy.
And Bill Corpus Crispy Murphy. How you doing there, people?
Good to be here on a Friday, Billy boy. We appreciate love and thank you for always joining us on a top five Friday.
Yes, and Reg, we made it through another week.
Yes, and both of us are wearing our beloved Yankees
Guess
stuff.
what? They actually won a series. They actually won a series. They won four in a row. They won four in a row. And now we're only 4 games back behind the Rays.
Yeah, so
It's
all of a
upstate
sudden,
all
right?
of
All of a sudden the Rays are not doing so great. Yankees are kicking ass. Thank goodness we ran into the Baltimore Orioles. And
But listen, let's
no,
not get too excited here. Let's not pop the champagne just yet.
no,
The AL
I
sucks.
think the Rays are still going to win the division. But you know what? Believe September, you just never know.
We could be a game behind by the end of the weekend
Like
if everything.
let's be realistic about it. You know. But in any case, we'll talk Yanks in a second. We also got, of course, me and Bill were talking off air. Of course, right after our show ends on Monday,
Of course.
the AP releases their top 25. Bill wants to get into that. I want to get into Mendoza. He in the Raiders faced Texans last night in a preseason game. I think Mendoza only did about two drives, so I want to talk about that. And then of course, top five on a Friday. Top five underdogs ever.
Yeah,
Underdog
could
stories.
be very excited.
Don't we love underdog stories?
You do. All right.
What you got in your mouth there? What's feeding Billy Boy on a Friday?
Well, I'm being a typical New Yorker. I'm having a bagel.
Ah, bagel. So it's
Nice
like a
everything
poppy
bagel with
seed.
cream
Is that poppy
cheese.
seed?
Everything.
Oh, it's in everything. Okay. I couldn't.
And to be somewhat healthy, I cut up some apples.
Okay. Well, as long as you don't put too much butter on the bagel, you know.
Because let me know. Okay, I had my doctor's appointment last week, so guess what, guys? Unfortunately, you're all gonna be stuck with me for at least another 40 years.
Yeah.
But they give me. It's weird. It's like when you go into the doctor, they say, "Oh yeah, everything's yeah, we still got to do the blood work, but right now, wait, you're good." And then blood work, nothing major. But they also say, "Yeah, just eat healthy, exercise, and weight loss." I'm like thinking, wait a minute, you just told me my weight was fine.
Yeah.
Doctors, man, I'm telling you.
God, I see mine next month. My primary care. Uh
Have you ever noticed, like, even if you don't need to lose weight, doctors still tell you to lose weight?
yeah. I mean, but at the same time, some doctors are, they I guess it's more so that you can be at the healthiest weight possible for your body to do whatever it needs to do to stay healthy. They're the scientists out there, so it's like, but I don't know. Like,
Yes, run 500 miles and then eat grass.
well, I'm not doing that. You
And
know,
then you can't even eat salads right now. Thanks,
yeah,
RFK.
yeah, about that. Yeah, before we get to it real quick, I saw this video of a guy. I don't know if it's AI or if it's real or whatever, but there's a guy in a Halloween costume and it says the Taylor Farms, and it's him in a costume with all the lettuce and everything. It's so spooky, Bill.
It is, isn't it?
Oh my God. Well, What a treat. Anyway, Billy Boy, college football starts very soon, and
Very, very soon.
we have our AP top 25.
Yes, we do. And can you believe this? Of course, they do it right after we end the show on Monday. Of course they
Yeah.
do.
Of course, we want to get everything in as soon as possible, but sometimes we just have to let it milk for a little while. But
Anyways, would you like me to read the whole 25 or just like the top 10?
I guess top 10.
Okay. Number 10, Oklahoma.
Hmm.
The Sooners of Oklahoma. Number 9, the Rebels of Ole Miss.
Okay.
Number 8, the Aggies of Texas A&M.
Sweet.
Number 7, the Hurricanes of the University of Miami. And that goes out to my good friend Kevin Zucchi Gonzalez and our dear friend John Haraska. And number 6, the defending national champion, Indiana Hoosiers. And number 5, Hook'em Horns, the Longhorns of the University of Texas. And number 4, da 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 da. My beloved Fighting Irish of the University of Notre Dame. Number 3, the Bulldogs from the University of Georgia. And number 2, let's not quack up on this one, the Ducks from the University of Oregon. And number 1, the Buckeyes of the Ohio State University. You know what's so good about the top 10? You know who's not in it?
Mm.
You know who's not in the top 10? They're number 13, but you know who's not in the top 10?
Yeah, we love that.
You, Bama. You ain't in the top 10, and we are thrilled.
But like Bill said, they are in the top 13. Seven SEC teams in the top 15, I believe, or top 13, whatever it is, in the AP, the preseason poll. But yeah,
Georgia, Ole Miss, Bama.
yeah,
But hey, what do I always say, though, bro? When Bama loses, who wins? But
America wins.
America wins.
Um, Look, the reality is that obviously we look at the SEC, but of course the Big Ten, they're also big winners here. They're one of their teams has the top spot. And you know, it's it's always incredible. You have the two biggest conferences in college football, and they're always the ones leading the pack. So
And yeah, so college football is right around the corner, folks.
yeah, man. Couple weeks
Um,
away.
so Sunday, September 6th, in this year of our Lord, 2026, at
Mhm.
7:30 p.m., no one bugged me. And
Number four, Bill, Notre Dame. It's the
yep,
highest ranking since '06, I believe, when they were number two in the country,
yeah,
which is pretty cool. That's a pretty cool
it
thing,
is.
you know?
We don't get screwed over again this year.
Yeah, that was bullshit. But you know what? You know how you can make up for that bullshit? Winning games. Because let's be honest, they did lose games that cost them.
Oh, I
Uh,
did. You know me, I love Marcus Freeman.
yeah.
I love Marcus Freeman. Um, he's not like Brian Kelly goes, I'd rather be with the family on the bayou. We know you're from Massachusetts, Brian.
Yep.
We're not stupid. God, I can't stand Brian Kelly. We were like a family, here on the bayou. You're from Massachusetts. We've heard you talk.
God damn.
But yeah, no, no, I'm excited. I am excited.
Yeah. In total, I believe it's nine ranked for the Southeastern Conference. Of course, always getting the bragging rights. They're always getting favorites and all that stuff because there's bias with the SEC. Let's be honest about that. They always they get the most money and the top recruits, and that's what they like. In any case. That's the preseason poll. The first regular season poll will be released on September 8th. Um, that's after the first 2 weekends of college football, and then of course weekly on Sunday afterwards. Um,
No worry, we'll be here for that.
yeah,
We'll be here for that. Don't worry.
yes. We'll have college football covered all season on the pod. Billy Boy
Yep.
hoping that his Notre Dame Fighting Irish will make it to the tournament and the champions and all that stuff.
Yeah, heard they were thinking about expanding it to 12 teams, I think.
How do you feel about I feel like we're good.
I
But
think
of course
so.
they're gonna expand it though.
You know why? Because
Money. Like
money and plus so maybe more of the SEC teams can get
exactly.
in.
Yeah. It's a money grab. Like none of these other teams want to play these bowl games, so they're gonna try to see if they can expand the college football playoff so that they can have like a full slate of playoff. I think it's dumb. I think it's dumb.
I think
You
it's
know,
dumb too.
I think college football playoff the way it is now is okay. I don't think we need to expand it any further. Look,
Or the SEC teams are wishing it was 4 teams, so it'll all be 4 SEC teams.
can you
Guess what,
imagine that?
SEC? We like this.
Can you imagine that crap?
No, because the SEC. Because look at the last couple years. At the last an SEC team has not won. The first time it was a team who's not even in a conference, Notre Dame. And yes, if I hear that, you need to join a conference. Please take the train to shut the fucks up. Shut the fuck up. Ever been to shut the fuck up, Phil Veg? It's lovely this time of year.
Yeah.
It's lovely this time of year. Ever been there, Reg? Um, yeah, so yeah, please take the first train to shut the fucks up, Phil. So anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, but and the Big Ten, and then last year you had Indiana again, non-SEC teams. Guess what, SEC? We like this. We like this.
Mhm.
Because when we hear you cry, we're cheering.
Yeah.
When the SEC loses, America wins.
Mhm. That's why
So,
seeing Indiana win the championship was amazing and stuff.
so, so SEC, guess what? Do me a favor, go cry you a picture of Nick Saban, hold your little stuffed Yuga doll, and leave us normal people alone.
Mm. Amen to that.
As Reggie could tell you, or anyone who's been listening for a while, I hate the SEC. I
Yeah.
hate the SEC. And I'll be straight up honest with you, dude. I fucking hate the SEC.
I mean, I understand. They like I said, they get pretty much the bulk of the recruits. They get the most money. They pay the most, right? to bribe the voters. Like they always get first consideration. It's bullshit.
And they're basically the guys in high school who got all the chicks, who got all the girls, and we're forced to watch it.
Oh my God.
So yeah, let's get so yeah. College football coming soon. Very excited.
Very exciting stuff. Um, I see the Indiana's in the top 10. Well, their old quarterback, Fernando Mendoza, was in a preseason game last night.
Yep.
Raiders, they were in Houston facing the Texans. The Raiders ended up coming back. I think they were down like 20-3 or whatever. Of course, this is preseason. I don't necessarily care about the score. But they did come back to win 22-20. Aiden O'Connell was the one that brought them back. Mendoza, I believe, had about 15 um, total passes and completed eight of them. Um, he had one pick six, which went for 80 yards, which was horrible. But for the most part, actually settled in pretty nicely. Had some tight throws, pretty good accuracy, moving the ball well. Um, so so far, looking pretty good. Now, of course, Bill, after the game, you did have um, Kubiak saying he's going to keep that race open, saying we got another week. That was his quote. Of course, we all know that Clint Kubiak's going to name Kirk Cousins the starter. You don't sign Kirk Cousins in free agency to not make him a starter. Like, when your other options are O'Connell and a rookie in Mendoza. Like, no, Kirk Cousins is starting. So there's no
Well,
need.
or he could have just be there for veteran presence too.
He's starting. He's starting. Doesn't mean he's going to finish the season. It just means he's starting. The good news with Mendoza is that Kirk Cousins tends to get injured sometimes. So, um,
Not that we wish Kirk Cousins gets injured.
no, of course not. I was even watching First Take before we got on air, and you got people talking about how Aiden O'Connell should be two and Mendoza should be the number three when the season starts. I think that's a bit of a stretch there. You know, I get it. Like, you don't want to throw Mendoza in if he's not ready, like, truly, truly not ready for NFL football. But, I think he's had a pretty, so far, has had a pretty solid camp. I mean, there's no reason why he can't, you know, at least work with the ones and be inserted into a situation. Like, there's no right time, Bill, to know when you're ready for the NFL. And Bill, of course, went through this last year with Dart. Like,
Yes.
there's no right time. Like, you just know. You gotta be ready.
And I think hopefully Dart's gonna have his year this year.
Yeah.
Dart's gonna have his year this year. And
So
hopefully this will be his year.
yeah. Kubiak continuing. I don't want anyone to be comfortable in their job. It should always be that way for all positions. So let's keep going.
Amen.
I mean, it sounds like it's Cousins starting, and you just never know. He can replace at any time, which is why I think you should have Mendoza at number two. Okay, he's a good quarterback. He has good football IQ.
Yes. So yeah, no, I agree. And I think Clint Kubiak knows what he's doing. Look what he did to Darnold in
Mm,
Jets legend Sam Darnold in Seattle. So look what he can do here. Like, let's see what Kubiak can do.
yeah.
Now, I think Mendoza will be starting sooner rather than later, though. I don't think again, I think you're right, Reg, Reggie, that he's gonna I think you're right that he's going to that what's his name? Cousins is gonna start. Sorry, brain fart there. Uh,
Fine.
that Cousins is gonna start, but Mendoza's gonna start in the season. He's not gonna be riding the bench all season. So let's see what goes on in the city of sin.
Yeah. Um, 49ers also played last night against the Chargers. They beat up LA in LA 41-17. Um, Friday night slate, you know, the Jets and Steelers, Panthers, Jaguars, Packers, Broncos, Bills, Giants play the Dolphins on Saturday. How about the Giants and the Dolphins getting at it in their joint practice and a little brawl action?
Yeah, it's the Cowboys and Dolphins. That was.
Uh, God.
Bro, I love a good brawl, Reg.
Yeah. Everyone had to be separated. It was crazy. It's crazy to watch.
I think it was
Uh,
the Saints and the Cowboys that in their joint practice, and they got like 500K fine.
Jesus Christ.
Hold on, let me look.
The
It
the
was
Cowboys this week are facing the Cardinals, and the Saints are facing the Rams.
joint. Okay, Cowboys and Saints. Yeah, $500,000 each, both teams.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, for these Cowboys and Saints, they had a joint practice and fight started, and they're both getting fined.
Yeah, there was a Tuesday joint practice between the two teams.
Reggie, it must be nice to not, be afraid
But
to lose 500K. It
yeah,
must be nice.
which begs the question, you know, I have no issue with joint practices. I think it's great to, you know, once you get into the swing of things at camp and you're training for the season, you need to see other teams, right? To prepare for the season for real NFL action.
Yeah, no, I could see why
Is
you
it,
do it. I think it's not a
it
bad idea.
yeah, I personally like it, but at the same time, if you know that these issues are going to pop up, I mean, this is not the first uh fight that we're seeing at these joint practices. Like these tend to happen a lot. And you know, like you said, there's fines up, you know, up in the sky. Like it's crazy. So, you know, is this something that the NFL should continue? I mean, I think they should, but you know, we got to keep things under control here. You know, like I get it. Like you get to hit other players and stuff. Like you get to play real football, but it's just like, hey, like not enough for your team to lose players when or to have players get fined and stuff. Like it's not necessary.
Agree.
Like
It's not enough. It really is. And plus, yeah, and like I said, dude, it must be nice to lose 500K and not think about it. Am I right?
yeah. Can you imagine if we're fined $500,000? I'd be bankrupt.
Oh, me too. Then you know
Like,
what we would have to do, Reg? We'd have to fake our deaths, change our names, and move somewhere far away.
yeah, probably sell a limb too while we're at it. Like, you know, who needs a leg?
Who needs a leg or one of our kidneys? That could be used. Who needs a kidney? Am I right? We
No.
got two of them for a reason. We can scratch through with one.
God damn it.
Um,
Nah, you know, I'll donate blood. That's how you can sell them, right? You donate your plasma.
You know what? We should do all this and keep the money just in case we absolutely need it. Bill, Danny boy, you're being charged 500K. Okay, good thing we donated all that plasma. Here's your money.
Mm.
Okay, but now, yeah, maybe we shouldn't have joint practices.
Yeah, I like the idea. I don't know, man. Like, if it's gonna get to a point where there's gonna be fights all the time, I get it. It's part of football, but it's like, so some of it's just not necessary. We don't need it.
I
Um,
agree.
the one of those things. Um, Full slate of action of the NFL preseason. We love the NFL.
It's coming. It's
Before you,
coming.
before you know it, the Seahawks will be raising their banner on Wednesday night football. How stupid is that? Wednesday night football.
Whose bright idea was it to play Wednesday night? Anyone?
Whoever decided to go to Australia.
Welcome to
No,
the down down under.
goddamn. All
Yeah.
right.
Well, no, okay, but the Australia game, that's not on Wednesday, that's on Thursday.
Correct, but the Seahawks are playing, they're opening their season on Wednesday. The
Only
first
the
game,
second time in NFL history a game will be played on Wednesday.
yeah, Billy Boy knows all too well what Wednesday nights starting the season feels like.
The
L,
year was 2012.
Bill. You took the L that game.
Yes, we had to, in 2012, the Giants and the Cowboys had to play that Wednesday night because that Thursday night was the night of the Democratic convention and the night when Obama was accepting the nominee.
Yeah.
Um, but I'll say this, and they had to move the game to Wednesday, and I think the field was not in the best of shape.
That's your excuse? The field
No, no,
sucked?
no, I heard that somewhere. I heard the field wasn't.
Sure. You meanwhile you've had God knows how many preseason games to figure out the field. Please,
Go talk to the Maras on that.
field. If the field conditions were so bad, why not change the grass?
I know, right?
You know, just an idea. The Jets won the division playing on grass. Of course, the Giants didn't like that, so they switched back to turf. It's a joke, but
So,
you can laugh. Yeah, it's a joke.
yes. Yes, I know. The Jets won the division playing on that grass. So anyway, yeah. NFL, we talked college football's here. NFL's almost here too. Opening night is September 9th.
Mhm.
And we will be here for coverage all season long.
Yep. And we
We'll
can't
be
wait
here.
for Pickup to come back.
Dude, only two more top five Fridays after today.
Isn't that wild? And I don't think we're gonna be trading time off, right? So, you know,
Yes, it's like you're gonna be. Are you taking all of next week off or?
no, just the Friday.
Okay.
So
Um.
you won't see me next Friday.
Okay. I'll work something out with someone. Um.
We already have someone on standby.
Is it who I think it is?
Yeah.
It's Mark, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right. So I'll be doing the show with Mark next Friday. That'll be fun.
Yeah.
Um. Okay. So yeah, and then it's funny because then that Friday he's off, and then that Monday I'm gonna be on vacation. That
Yeah.
next week,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna be on that. Then I'm gonna be on vacation,
Yeah.
and we're thinking about that Friday because I'm still gonna be coming back from vacation that day. Thinking about doing the show Saturday so we could do our last top five,
Mhm.
and it's the important one. It's a very important one.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, what was I saying? God, I am like all over the place today.
We are. It's Friday. It's great.
Yes. Okay. So anyway, yeah, so NFL coming September 9th. We're excited.
Super Bowl rematch. And then uh before you know it, we'll be on Super Bowl Sunday and Valentine's Day.
And a lot of women are going to be pissed off that day.
Yeah, I won't be because my station's hosting it. So let's go, baby. You
Yeah.
know?
And I said a lot of women are going to be pissed off that day, though. I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my God.
Gents, take your girl to either Saturday night or take her to brunch Sunday morning. Please don't piss off your girl. But anyway, okay, so we move now from football to baseball. Like I was celebrating, the Yankees won 4 in a row. They actually won a series. They actually won a series. It
Yanks
was a
over the O 6 to
month.
1. Home runs by Spencer Jones and Luis Garcia Jr. powering their way over the O's. The Orioles, who were once in a playoff spot, well, that's not a thing right now.
In the words of since we're both 90s 2000 kids, in the words of In Sync, they could kiss their playoff chances. Bye 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 bye.
Oh my God. Um,
Throwback there.
the Yankees are still in the top wild card spot. 9.5 over the Twins, only 4 up on Boston. Um, Boston, who also took another L. Aren't we all sad that Boston all of a sudden is losing?
Yes, I'm so sad.
Wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah. They took another L because they had the night off and the Yankees won. So
When Boston loses, New York wins.
God damn. How
Yeah,
about
I think
how
that
about
I
the
think that winning streak is kind of cool. I think the hot streak is kind of cooled off.
yeah, it's very cooled off. Um
Well, Boston, it was nice while it lasted. Well, for you guys, it wasn't so nice for us.
yeah. The Red Sox are back tonight, facing the Giants at Fenway. Um, Cardinals over the Reds 10-9. Cardinals on a bit of a tear. Seven,
Yes.
7-3 their last 10, only 2.5 out of that last wild card spot. Padres currently occupy that. Um, Guardians over the Giants 5-2. The Blue Jays over the Rays. We love that. We kind of love it, kind of don't. 5-1 final score. The only reason why we love it is because the Rays won, the Rays lost, Yankees won. So we gained. We gained on the Rays. But the Blue Jays won, which is what we don't want because we don't want any of the AL East being anywhere near us. So
No, no, stay away from us, AL East.
yeah,
Stay away.
still plenty of season left.
Yeah,
Uh,
dude, it's only a little more than a month left.
yep, that's the wild part.
It's wild.
Yeah. The Blue Jays are a half game out of the last wild card spot. Currently, that is tied with the Twins and the Texas Rangers. Shout out to Jacob deGrom. Uh,
Jacob DeGrom has got it going on. Shout out to you,
uh,
Al.
he now has over 2,000 strikeouts, blasting their way to victory. The Texas Rangers over the Washington Nationals, 2-0. Uh, Royals over the A's, Brewers over the Mariners, Braves over the White Sox, and the Angels. How about this? The Anaheim Angels, 18-3 over the Houston Trastros.
Wow. Just
Yeah.
wow.
And getting back to the Yankees real quick. Let's go, baby.
Let's do it. Garrett Cole surpassing Roger Clemens at number
Yeah.
12 for strikeout record of the Yankees.
Yes. So of course, how good's Garrett Cole?
Especially coming out of a especially coming out of a whatchamacallit. Especially coming out of a Tommy John year.
Hmm.
Yeah, so Garrett Cole is fantastic.
Yes.
Can we admit
Uh,
it? He is fantastic.
Oh, I mean, tremendous. Manuel Barbari, one of the Yankee broadcasters on the fan, he had this stat since the start of July. Garrett Cole, he's had 9 starts. He's at a 2.45 ERA. He's pitched 55 innings, given 43 hits, 15 earned runs, 10 walks, 66 strikeouts. Oh,
66?
yes. Oh, and he's pitched at least 6 innings in 7 of his last 8 starts. I mean, he's incredible. Like, I don't know if he'll be as dominant as he once was, but it's pretty close, Bill. I mean,
Comeback player of the year?
mm, it's a tough one. It's a tough one.
Because he just missed a good first chunk of the season. So,
Um,
comeback player of the year, maybe? Who knows? I don't know. The Cole train has left the station and it is rocking, baby. We love you, Garrett Cole. Please keep up the good work. Keep up the good work.
yes. We love that. We love the Yankee rotation. The Yankee pitching has carried us all season.
What was that?
The Yankee rotation has carried us all season.
Yes, it has. Because the bats have kind of been,
Yeah. Well,
shitty.
luckily, the bats have been better of late, but still not up to where we would like it to be. So, but again, that's just us. We're spoiled Yankee fans. We want to kick everyone's ass. That's all it is.
We do.
Um,
We want to kick everyone's ass because we're a bunch of spoiled Yankee fans.
yeah. Now, based on their record, they're only 2 games off from expected win-loss record based on uh runs scored and runs allowed. So the Yankees are about where they are. Like they're doing about expected, which is pretty nice. Knowing that there's no Judge, knowing that there's no Bellinger, knowing that there's no Stanton. And like Bill said, we had the rotation that was half gone, you know. So it's pretty cool. I'm not gonna give credit to Aaron Boone.
Mhm.
No. Like,
You know what? Because I want to see the Yankees go back, but you know what? In a way, I kind of wish the Yankees wouldn't make the playoffs. You know why? Because maybe this will finally be a wake-up call to Brian Cashman.
but you know what?
Maybe
Cashman's
it's
actually
about
made
time.
some good moves though, if you really think
No,
about
okay, not. But no, maybe it would be a wake-up call to Hal Steinbrenner, like, you know what? Maybe I should get rid of Aaron Boone.
it. It's gonna be hard because he's been managing better over the last couple years. Pretty much since that World Series season. He's managed this team a lot better.
Yes.
Um, but
But no,
what's helping him is that this American League sucks. Let's be honest
yes.
about that too. I can't give all the credit to Boone. Why? Because the Yankees, when everyone's healthy, the best team in the American League by far.
Oh,
And
absolutely.
they have some good prospects that are playing out their minds right now. They had some good young players that they have control over for a few years, which is pretty nice. Um, a lethal starting rotation. Bullpen's still pretty iffy, but it's been better, right? So, like the Yankees, in comparison to the rest of the American League, they should be beating up on these teams. What they did to the Baltimore Orioles, they should be doing.
They should.
So I can't give too much credit to the manager, even though I have to acknowledge that he's actually managed his team a lot better over the last few years. And anyone that tries to tell me otherwise, I mean, you're not paying attention.
No, you're not. No, the Yankees should be beating up on these teams right now.
Yeah.
That's the thing with everything.
Like we should be winning every series.
We should.
I was really upset when they lost that Blue Jay series.
Okay. No, I was too. I was absolutely I I did too, but now we're 4 games out of first place. Are we gonna catch the race? I don't know.
It's gonna be tough because the Rays, they're also in Baltimore now.
So that's probably gonna be another.
Like if the Orioles beat the Rays and the Yankees somehow get to within a game of first place at the end of the weekend, I mean, I don't know what else to say. I'm telling you, man, it is everything is so out in the open, it's crazy. Again, I still think the Rays are going to win the division. I think the Yankees have dug themselves into a big hole. But at the same time, September exists, and we've seen some September collapses in history that have been pretty historic.
The 2007 Mets, anyone?
The 2011 Braves,
Well,
2011 Red Sox.
Sox. So, anything can happen.
Yeah, let's hope it doesn't happen to our team. Let's
Knock
hope.
on wood. Knock on wood.
Hope.
But no, you gotta look at it this way though, Reggie. If the Yankees didn't, if the American League was better,
Mhm.
we'd be screwed.
Yeah. Like if the Yankees were in the National League, there's no way. With the
No,
competition they
absolutely
have,
not.
no.
Absolutely not.
Yankees couldn't even beat the Cardinals.
We couldn't beat the
Cardinals are not
Cardinals.
that good.
They're
They couldn't
really
even
not.
beat them.
All right. So that is our baseball. Any more in the baseball talk?
I got nothing. Um,
Is it okay? Guess what time it is? It is time for the top five.
five.
Top five. No, we still can't do the
Uh,
music, and we're not using AI. If you want to generously donate your time, we'll buy you pizza. Reg, we'll buy them pizza. We're being very generous.
Now the question is it New York pizza or is it that bullshit fast food Pizza Hut nonsense? You know?
Gotta look at the budget. But no, 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 no. Let's get real. Let's get real New York pizza.
Okay.
You know what's actually good? Have you ever heard of this place? They're big in Connecticut. They're called Frank Pepe's.
Okay.
Their pizza's actually pretty good for Connecticut.
You
No
know,
offense if we have any listeners in the great state of Connecticut. We sure you're awesome.
um, I will say New Haven pizza really, really surprised me. If you're
Really,
ever in New Haven, get some New Haven pizza.
I will get some. I will get some New Haven pizza.
It's really good. It's really good.
I'll keep that in mind. All right.
All right.
So now let us begin. Our top five. Reggie said it earlier. We all love a good underdog story.
Yes.
So our top five is top five underdog stories. Mine's a combination of things. Low draft picks that ended up being great. Um, comebacks, upsets, whatever. All right. So Reg, would you like to begin with your number five?
My number five, Billy Boy. It's gotta be the Miracle on Ice. You know,
Okay.
um, no man, the nothing beats, having college students face off against the pros from the Soviet Union, who were the heavy favorites to win the Olympic tournament, and it's the United States that beats them in that semifinal. And then, of course, they go on to win the next game for the gold medal. Nothing beats it. But the
Oh,
college
absolutely.
kids going up against these big time Russians, gonna kick your ass. They did it. They did. I think they had a pre-Olympic game at MSG, which they got absolutely murdered.
Yes,
Um,
they did.
and the underdog story is great. Like I thought that was truly. If you ever watched the documentary, if you ever watched Miracle, if you ever watched all these movies that talk about the Miracle on Ice in 1980, um, it is truly fascinating how much of an underdog they were, and they rose to the top. Miracle on Ice is number five.
My number five is Kurt Warner.
Okay.
Because if you look at Kurt Warner, you remember he wasn't drafted.
Mhm.
He was an undrafted free agent. This man was an undrafted free agent, and he was a and he was the two-time NFL MVP in 1999 and 2001 respectively, and then was the Super Bowl 34, which he was also MVP. So this guy went from nothing to look at this NFL records. He had the most touchdown passes in a single postseason with 11. He's tied with Flacco, Mahomes, and Montana. And he has career passing yards per game 304.0 and has the highest rate of games with 300 yards more passing. And and he's a Pro Football Hall of Famer. So this man went from an undrafted free agent to Super Bowl champion, Super Bowl MVP, and a Hall of Famer. So that's my number five, Kurt Warner. Reggie, my man, over to you.
We swiped right, Bill. Let's go.
Awesome. So who's buying dinner?
Number four is Kurt Warner. Oh, it's a tremendous story. You go from
It
the
is.
NFL, you're undrafted into the NFL. You don't make it out of Green Bay because he's a fucking idiot. Then you go into the Arena League. He dominates there for God knows how many years, and then he comes in 99, you know, inserted as the starter because of an injury.
Yep.
You know, it's funny because Dick Vermeil was very, very like he's starting. Like there was no other plan. It's Kurt Warner,
Absolutely.
and look what happened. Bill already rattled out all the numbers. It's a tremendous career. A Hall of
It
Fame
is.
career that, of course, you know, look, had a bit of a late bloomer, but a tremendous career nonetheless. And to me, a truly tremendous underdog story.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Yeah.
And so my number four is James Buster Douglas.
Hmm.
For he in 1990, he was a 42 to 1 underdog going up against the undisputed, undefeated heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson.
Okay.
He was a 42 to 1 underdog. And I remember well, the fight was before I was born, but I watched it on YouTube and and everyone thought that Tyson was gonna knock him out in the first round. Like all the commentators were saying, yeah, Tyson's got this. He's gonna knock out Douglas in the first round. And then when you listen when you even listen to the commentary, they're like, Douglas, Mike Tyson, he's dancing around the ring, looking bored. Because Tyson's thinking, I got this locked up. I don't. Okay, you know what? I'll humor him. I'll have a little fun, but then I'm gonna kick his ass, and we'll be out of here in like 5 minutes.
Right.
We'll be out of here in like a minute. Okay, I'll humor him. You know what? I'm feeling generous today. Maybe I'll let him go one more. Maybe let him go to the second round, and I'll kick his ass then, and then I'll go home. But the Buster Douglas ended up knocking him out in the 10th round, giving Mike Tyson his first career loss. So, but no, because Mike Tyson was the undisputed, undefeated. Like back then, I wish I
Big
could
deal.
travel time, put money on Douglas, I'd be rich.
It's a big deal. Like,
It is. I'd be absolutely rich.
exactly.
But yeah, so that's my number four, Buster Douglas. Reggie, you're number three.
Rifkin Halpern, you're gonna love it. The 69 Miracle New York Metropolitans.
Gotta believe.
The New York Mets of 69, man. Um, where do I start from not even contending early season favorites to not even to contend for a playoff spot to being 9.5 out of the Cubs in the National League East to roaring back from August to September to win the East. I mean, and then of course you had the series against Baltimore where Baltimore was supposed to win. They did win the first game, but then the Mets won four straight. Four straight to win the World Series in one of the greatest seasons in Mets history. And look, you're talking about an expansion franchise over the past, this is what, their seventh, eighth season in Major League Baseball. Um, you're talking about a team that were lovable losers. I mean, they lost 100 games many times during that stretch, or close to it. They were not known for winning games,
No.
but they believed and they were able to come out on top in 69. And it remains one of the greatest baseball stories in history.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
You gotta believe.
Just a little bit of stats here. They swept the Braves as well in the first ever National League Championship Series. Um, Incredible stuff. It's incredible stuff. You're number three, Bill.
My number three is, oh, you're gonna hate me for this one.
No hate.
Thomas Edward Brady.
Mm.
Tom Brady. Because you got to look at it this way. When he was the 199th overall pick in the
Yep.
2000 NFL draft. And then, everyone thought he was probably just going to be a bench warmer. And then September 23rd, 2001, Drew Bledsoe gets injured. And who comes in? Tom Brady. And listen, love him or hate him. And trust me, we hate him. I know what you're about to say, Reg. But Bill, you didn't have to face him twice a year.
It's true though. You don't. You didn't have to do that. You know,
I'm sorry,
you
Reg. I can't hear you over my two Super Bowl rings.
you look, you can call yourself a rival with the Patriots all you want. It's not true. It's not true. You have had less heartbreak than I had to go through. Like, give me a break.
Okay, you're right. No, I'll admit you're right. But Brady but he went from a, this man went from a 199th pick to, you all know the stats,
Mhm.
three-time MVP, five-time Super Bowl MVP, seven-time Super Bowl champion, seven-time Super Bowl champion. You all know the stats. Bro, you all know the stats.
And
Um,
yes, and yes, you can blame the Jets. It's okay. You can blame the Jets.
why do I gotta blame the Jets?
Well, because they're the ones that injured the quarterback that led to Tom Brady going into the game.
So yeah, I blame the Jets.
Um,
And he was the oldest NFL MVP at 40 years old.
yeah. I mean, Tom Brady's incredible.
Listen, love him or hate him, and trust me,
Yeah,
we can't stand him. But
yeah,
he went from basically probably thinking, okay, you'll probably just be a backup at best or a journeyman. But no, he ended up becoming, and he's also the only quarterback to win a Super Bowl with both an AFC and an NFC team.
yeah,
Later with the Bucks.
yep.
So love him or hate him, Brady is my number three. Reggie,
And
who's your
he,
number three?
Tom
Or number
Brady.
two?
Tom Brady.
Tom Brady's your number two?
Yeah, enough said.
We swiped right again, didn't we?
Yeah.
Anything you'd like to say on the matter? Or?
Fuck Tom Brady. And no
All right.
ways.
You know what? Perfect transition into my number two, though. Super Bowl 42. Come on.
Okay, okay. Oh, okay.
Come on. The 18-0 New England Patriots,
Yeah.
led by aforementioned Tom Brady, going up against the underdog New York Giants. Broski, come on, you know.
Yeah. Look,
Super,
I was surrounded by my giant fan family, so it's like, like
the New York Giant, God, probably the greatest game I've ever seen.
yeah,
I was going, I was going crazy because everybody was thinking, "Oh, the Pats are gonna up, move over 1972 Miami Dolphins. You might have some company." And then, of course, Manning. I told you this. Manning, look, I was watching the game. We had a Super Bowl party here. We're like, no, oh crap, it's all. Wait, no, he got away, he got away, he got away. And then, yes, we could debate that until the cows come home. The cows aren't home yet, so
It's a catch.
the cat first down. Let's go. And then I was going fucking crazy, bro.
Everyone was. How Tyree makes that catch is it's incredible. It's incredible stuff, you know. And look, Bill's fired up because he knows what happens later, you know?
That was probably one of the greatest moments of my life.
Yeah.
The New York Giants defeated the New England Patriots. What a game. What a freaking game. And I remember, I tell you this all the time, I got my dad a shirt that said 18 wins and one John loss.
Yes.
Now, let's move. Okay, and so now, Reggie, you're number one.
My number one, Bill, a little out of the way, but how about UMBC and their upset
Virginia.
over Virginia? The
Yes, I
first
remember that game.
I was watching it live as it was happening, and I couldn't believe what was happening because it had never happened before.
I was
But
watching that game too.
the first time ever that a 16 knocked off a number one in the NCAA men's basketball tournament. Never happened until that point in 2018. UMBC, the Golden Retrievers, as they call them, beats UVA in a stunner, in an
Really?
absolute stunner. Again, never happened until that point. They were 20.5 point underdogs. They were not
Yes.
expected to win that game. 20-point underdogs, and yet they won. Now, of course, they didn't win the tournament or anything, but uh, look, how can that not be the top moment? I mean, like you're talking about college basketball history, and it's a small team from Maryland that did it. It's pretty incredible to watch. Not gonna,
Maryland, of all places.
yes. The University of Maryland, Baltimore County is the official name of that school, and to this day, I'm still shocked that it happened. UVA, by the way, I believe were they the overall number one seed or one of the they were one of the top number one seeds in that tournament. So it's a big deal.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Number
So,
one.
all right, my number one is Reggie's number five, The Miracle on Ice.
Okay.
Because, Reggie, I think you said it perfectly, but I'll say this. You got a bunch of college kids going up against the big bad Soviet greatest team in the world.
Mhm.
And it was, as they say, it was the Cold War being played out on a sheet of ice. It was like literally the it was like literally the great one of the greatest moments. You cannot call yourself a sports fan and consider that. And look at they and now they're work and waited those 46 years to get another gold medal, but no, in the movie Miracle, which come on, I get chills when I hear that. This is your time. Now go out there and take it. And that, and of course, the famous call by Al Michaels, 5 seconds left. Do you believe in miracles? Yes. And it was, and also it was a great, it was a, it was some. it was something America needed. Because if you look in the first in the in the last 6 years of the 1970s and the early 1980s, we had Watergate, we had the gas crisis, we had the Iranian hostage crisis that just took over a couple months prior. So America was needed something to lift our spirits, and this is what did it. And there was a documentary I watched um, about this, and they were talking to one of the people who were taken hostage from the U.S. Embassy in November 1979 in Iran. And they said the State Department put us together a video of everything you miss, of everything we missed. Oh, that was nice of them. Hey, welcome back. We know you were held hostage and almost died, so we prepared a video of everything you missed over the last year and a half. Have fun. You missed.
Um,
Isn't that so nice of them, Reg?
sure.
You don't think it's nice of them, do you?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, why didn't you, I don't know, do something to help us? But here's a video. We're going to fill you in on everything you missed. um, but no, the last thing they showed was the Miracle on Ice, and they said they were all standing up and applauding when they saw
Yeah.
that.
It was a great moment for the United States, for the world, you know, like, yeah, it's incredible stuff.
I got, and I think I told you a couple years ago, I got to meet the goalie of that team, Mr. Jim Craig.
Mm.
I was at a sports card show. The whole team was there, and he came off and said, "Hey, I must say it's a pleasure to meet you. Can I take a quick selfie with you?" And I just got to give a shout out to Jim Craig here. This guy needed to run to catch a flight, and he still took a second to take a picture with me.
That's nice.
And this guy was like running to go catch a flight.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mr. Craig. If you somehow to be listening to this, and I know and we know you are, thank you.
Yeah.
But it was so cool, so cool. But no, that was the moment. Like I said, it was the it was the Cold War played out on a sheet of ice. A bunch of college kids going up against the greatest team in the world. My number one is the Miracle on Ice, the best underdog story. Hey, Reg, but that's pretty much it. What do you think?
It's a Friday,
It is Friday, people.
and we hope you enjoy your weekend. We appreciate love and always thank you, excuse me, for
Yes.
joining us. If you like what you see, why wouldn't you? Because it's amazing, you know.
His content's amazing. And also, as always, shout out to our friends at the dugout of Millwood.
Yes, sponsor this
So,
pod. Uh, like, subscribe to the
comment,
video, subscribe to the
subscribe, and
channel.
hit that bell.
You know, do that thingamajig. We have another special batter up that the fellas taped with Adam Weinstein again. We'll be posting that very shortly. Batter up again Sunday. For our regular show. Before you know it, batter up turns to the Sunday Silent Report because we got
I
NFL.
know, right?
Yep. And then of course, batter ups will probably shift to during the week, so stay tuned for that. And then of course, Bill and I we're still planning it out, but we will have a return of Thursday night gridiron.
We don't know if we're just gonna talk about both games that Wednesday night, or we're gonna do a Wednesday and Thursday show. We don't know yet.
Yeah. I'll say this. We'll definitely have Thursday night gridiron for Bills Lions week 2. So um
We'll
stay tuned
figure
for
it
all the
out.
NFL. Stay tuned for all the NFL stuff. Baseball
You
will
guys had to do the
continue.
game in Australia, didn't you?
I know, right? Isn't dumb. And then of course, basketball's coming up soon. Mark and I working on some six man up stuff. So We got
A
you all
lot
covered.
coming up here, folks.
Got you all covered here on the network. Um, Listen to this pod if you can't watch it, wherever you get your podcasts. And we appreciate all the support. Really
Yes,
do.
we do.
All right. For Billy Boy,
So
I'm
from
Danny
all of us
Boy.
here at Sports Saturday Network, stay safe. Take care.